7:35. We are back in the Red Rock Canyon area outside Las Vegas. We are at Willow Spring Trailhead, North Peak, Bridge Mountain, White Rock Mountain. I don't know the name of this trailhead, but we are doing Bridge Mountain. I'm gonna get like 2.3 miles of road walking each way, wrap around the left side, and then cut left. There's a big mountain up there somewhere that you can't see called Bridge Mountain. Well, fast forward 35 minutes later, and you see this cairn right on the side. This is going to be our branch off to head. I don't know if we're heading right up there, heading up this spine. I'm guessing this little spine. According to the beta I read, this is a pretty easy trail to follow. And so far, for the first couple steps across this wash, it is. Yeah, update here. This is a super steep push up this rib. Probably over 1,500 feet a mile steepness. So we've probably popped up a good, I don't know, 500-600 feet already. You can see the road down there. Woo! Popped up another 200-300 feet. It's opened up. It's all more rocky, but they're cairns, if you can see them. We're still heading up this rock rib to that ridge, so only, I don't know, 300 or 400 feet maybe more to gain this ridge. And then I feel like we'll have put in like over half our work to the summit. So yeah, still very steep, but now it's more bare rock, which is a little more fun, I guess. But yeah, this is getting much cooler, in my opinion, and the temperature is getting cooler too. We got a little bit of wind, so just headed straight up. Well, it's getting really steep up this big rock slope. Big time calf burn. And there's cairns up ahead. So we're just going straight up this rock. But I think we're not too far from cresting something where I'll get a little break from the unrelenting up. So somewhere up there we're gonna wrap to the right once it flattens out. So headed up, beautiful rock, open country, and the road way down below. So we've crested this ridge. You're seeing some of the bigger boys in the Spring Mountains, I believe. I don't know which one, if you're seeing Griffiths or Charleston. But still no views. We got to keep going, but we don't have to climb as steeply now. So I looked at the map. We just popped up like 1,400 feet. So that was pretty aggressive for, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile or something, whatever it was. So I'm seeing cairns. I'm just gonna follow the cairns across this, you know. I guess we're still sort of going up. All right, so a couple things. I started following cairns and it took me way the wrong way, which is sort of disappointing because I thought it would be for sure where I wanted to go, but we have to be over there. That's Bridge Mountain, I believe. So we can't get to it from here. We have to be over there. We have to go across that red rock and then we drop. And I think it's that, unless it's that one out there. But anyway, complete and utter wrong way. I wasn't following the map closely enough. I was just assuming the cairns were taking me where I needed to go, but apparently they were taking me somewhere else. I just regained what I think is the trail here. So I was way out there. I don't know. There are no cairns, but it is a trail now. So maybe on the way back, I'll be able to go the right way. Awesome view of Bridge Mountain and the arch right there, or I guess natural bridge that it's named after. So from here, looks incredibly daunting for sure, but we're gonna get on that red rock and then go on the ridge and drop and then climb up. So how we're gonna do it, I don't know, but apparently there's a way. So this is gonna be really fun, I think. So here's a cairn. This is getting harder to follow. So we've lost our, actually no, it's right there. We're continuing to contour. I think this is the main ridge. So if you go up the trail from higher up on the road, I think you hit up there. And so then you can see you have to drop all this way where we're cutting it off. Well, I think we've made it to our ridge proper. Not easy. Definitely not well marked. And I was off, you know, the trail line, if there is a such thing. But we need to figure out a way down. Alright, so I came down that red gully, then I got to that crack. That crack is not down climbable, so there is sort of a trail that bends to the left, doesn't stay on the ridge. So there's definitely footprints. Alright, so I think we've reached what Stav called the like sneak gully or sneaky gully or something like that. Getting down off this white rock rib, and pretty sure we need to go down this. Although of course it's not cairned. We also need to remember to go up this when we get back, which isn't obvious, so I might make a marker here. So when we got to that low point, we just had to cut left on the rock, and now there seems to be the sneak gully. I could have sworn I saw an animal around here. I could have sworn I saw an animal. So there's a cairn here. So the question is, do I head down? I think I saw this in Stav's picture. He was standing right here and he showed this cairn. I was like, do you go up? But I think you go right down here. So this is the little sneak gully, which is much better than the other gully I attempted to go down and hit a 50-foot drop. Maybe not 50, maybe 30 or 40. But anyway, just coming down this gully, and then we're gonna cross this bridge or rib to get over to sort of the start of the ascent of Bridge Mountain. It looks pretty high from here. I must say, this is pretty cool. You come down a lot of pretty steep terrain, and it's not obvious how to get back up. So I hope I can find the way, but we're almost at the low point. And then I don't know, I think we bend to the left and go up there, not up. That right shoulder looks very tempting, but I'm pretty sure we go up to the left and then maybe bend around that crack. So anyway, this has been fun. I don't want to say challenging, but definitely have to stop and look and make sure you're on route. All right, so we took a steep ramp up and now just hit this crack at a step up move. I think we're just going up this crack, maybe all the way to that tree, but we might bend left. So this is sort of class 3, I suppose. Steep, but you can't really fall anywhere. You're contained in the crack. We're going up this steep crack. See what we find up here. There we go. A big cairn, which you kind of see from below, of course. So now the question is, do we wrap? Do we go straight up? Or do we take this sort of shelf? I don't know. I'm gonna poke around the side first. All right, after consulting the map, I'm just gonna go straight up this crack. This must be the crack that Stav referred to as class 3. I mean, it's not gonna be a problem at all. Just need to make sure these slick sections, I'm not slipping down, but it should turn into just a steep step fest. Probably already at that point. Just real steep steps. Yeah. So I think if you don't want to go on the crack, you can get up on this rib, is what he said. Well, we've reached the first cool section here, which is this arch or natural bridge. It's pretty sweet. So according to Stav, he just walked right through it. I don't know what the other route would be. Around to the left, maybe. But we are right underneath it now. Woo! I guess this is probably filled with water sometimes. This would be awesome to camp right here. He went up this ramp, I believe. Big dead tree and a fallen tree. So, wow, awesome. So we're gonna head up this ramp here and then I guess figure it out from there. Probably still have a couple hundred feet up to the summit. Well, I just climbed up the steep class 3 ramp and there's a cairn up here, so that's good. The arch doesn't look as cool when you don't see sky through it. There it is, massive dry pothole. So, cairn, and just gonna continue working our way up here. It's been a really steep, slick rock. There's your summit, I believe. The question is, where do we go now? There's a massive drop right here. Aha. So here's the hidden forest. There's this forest just growing down here, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go look at this pothole, but then we're gonna cut that way, I believe, to drop down, and then I guess ramp, maybe that crack ramp, I think is the ticket. I actually see the cairn, I think. Apparently there's a massive pothole over here. Whoa, wow. This is awesome. Wow, that's deep too. Look at this massive pothole. No way you're getting out of that thing. Well, actually, there probably is a way to get. Wow. That is a lot of water. So if you got stuck up here, at least you have drinking water. And that's probably pretty damn fresh water too. That's awesome. I gotta get a picture of that. So I misspoke earlier. This is the rib Stav talked about that just is a major, like, whatever, several thousand feet drop off on our right if we were to go off too far to the right. But this rib connects us. There's our hidden forest. That is so cool. All these big trees growing in here. And then this little sort of pothole with cactus and pine trees. Like, you don't see that very often. So that pothole is awesome with all the water. So we're just walking along this rib, and then hopefully this will be cairned. Well, I already went up the wrong crack. There's a cairn up here, but I'm gonna make it work. Although this has some algae on it, which I don't like. It's gonna cut across right here to where the cairn is. Perfect, I think. Yes, I think it's a pretty easy walk up, like a ramp. I'm gonna step up right here to our next level. Nice and steep. Cairn. And now, I don't know, either up or over. I'm trying to look for the next one. So when you're going up this steep slick rock, it's sort of a choose your own adventure. There are some cairns at some points, but I already missed one of them. I think it wanted me to bend up right there. Yeah, I see a cairn. But I just went straight up to this cliff band and I'm hugging it. I mean, it's all the same. So as long as you feel comfortable enough. Dry pothole. Bridge Mountain Summit. Whew. That was awesome. Whew. I think that's Wilson Mountain out there, which I was gonna do after this, but I don't know, this is taking a while. This is 2 hours 42 minutes. 2 hours 40, actually 2 hours 40 minutes from the car. So I guess I'll be down in 5, but still, maybe it's a little under 5. This is awesome. I gotta go back. There's the connector right there. And then I gotta climb up that white rock to the red splotch basically. And then cut right at the white to red transition and then go cross country for a while. And hopefully not get lost this time. I was way out going out to that thing. When in reality I wanted to be near the tree line. So that's a cool transition. Look, as it goes from limestone to sandstone. That's called the Keystone Thrust. Well, I've made it back down. Definitely went a different route so far than I went up, because I'm on this side of the pothole now and even down the slick rock. But that's the way it is on bare slick rock. You sort of just go with whatever feels right. So here's a closer view of your hidden forest. Going down the rock rib instead of using the crack, which on the way down you could argue the crack would be easier, but it's easy enough to step, crab walk down. By Bridge Mountain, we've come down in like 40 minutes from the top to here. So we just finished our climb. Now we got to bend right basically along this tree line and wrap around, and then once we get over that ridge where that peak is, we'll drop off, cut left, and we'll have our steep trail down. Like, well, this has been pretty smooth so far on the way back, and we're not too far from where we hit our junction and then eventually bend down. It's over this rock, so I was too far over to the right before, and then at some point worked my way over, and probably right around here actually is where I hit this trail. Great view of Bridge from over here. That's actually pretty cool looking, and actually that's sort of the route up. You can see sort of the crack ramp, and we've done it. We've popped over this little saddle and we see a cairn, and now we're seeing down the road's way down there. So we're gonna go and then bang a left. So where did I go? I must have cut too far left at some point. Not totally sure. I mean, when you hit this cairn, it looks like you continue there, but you actually have to continue. Oh, maybe that is a cairn. You continue to the right over here and drop down. I think I probably, right here might have been where I went wrong and cut left. We're on the track, baby. We can see the road. Just have a long way to drop. As I remember, the cairn's bent left hard. Now you got line of sight, so this is just steep terrain down the road, and then should be a nice road jog. Heading down the very steep descent, just so you can see what it looks like. So in other words, it's not really runnable. It's steppable, but you got to watch your footing, that's for sure. Like I said, it's over 1,500 feet a mile, might be closer to 2,000 feet a mile. We transitioned into the dirt portion of the trail, which is still very steep, so you got to be careful. And I got a nice little scratch on the back of my leg on a rock. crossing the last wash. And boom, back to the road. Yippee! Just came down from all that. So I'm gonna put some Neosporin on, then run the rest of the way down. All done. Let's get a time check. 12:22. So that was like 4:45, 4:47. So yeah, not super quick for I think about 12 miles. Bridge Mountain.